Hey man, I want y'all to check out this guy, man, Vino Bars. Look that,
I pop, 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 pop in your neighborhood. Connected, got shooters in every hood. I look in your face like what's really good. Don't wish all the time, but I wish you would. Been working so hard that I barely
got the
sleep.
world
And
too.
I'm pouring my
From the
heart
world.
out on every beat. Only been in the game for a half a year. But I'm shaking shit up like a set of keys. I'm only a rookie, but seem like the GOAT. Giving my little niggas hope. Hey to take notes. You couldn't walk in my shoes and see through the lens of my scope. No, they said I was average, said I wouldn't make it. Right now,
Boy,
I'm
that
living, they
bitch
hate
jumping,
it.
boy.
They tryna backpedal, regretting their words.
Yeah.
No way that you hoes can escape it. Yeah. Ooh. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Come alive in this place. This just in. I throw the squad in their face. They don't wanna show love, so they hate. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Yeah. Yeah. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. I heard these niggas still sleep. Sleep. I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping on me.
Yeah.
I'm tryna be positive in my environment, still keep the heater on me.
Alright.
My lyrics are
I heard
cold,
them
I'm
kids on
about to
this
so I keep the bitches off me. I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping on me. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, man.
Who you said it was?
That was Vino Bars, man.
Vino Bars. Okay. Vino Bars. Spotlight artist of today, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I am Dapper Dave. You already know that. Of course, this is Hip Hop Alliance Magazine, the most interactive magazine on the planet, that is. And I got my man here with me. Man, how's it going, Mr. Founder?
Oh man, it's going good, man. Good, man. I'm excited about episode 3 of Street Talk, man.
What did you do since the last time we did our last episode?
Well, man, I just been working hard, man, trying to get stuff together so we can make sure we got a power pack show like all of us have.
Right.
Brainstorming, trying to bring y'all the most
Right.
most relevant and interesting topics we could find.
I got you.
You know, we work so hard. We got next shows already listed.
Who in the mood? Couple up and coming artists are gonna be coming in.
Yeah.
And for all you local artists, man, send in your music, send in your interview requests.
Send it in.
Come on in, man. Eve. And ladies and gentlemen, my man Eve.
Stage left. No, I'm fine.
Easter, the content king over there.
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Speaking towards the music, videos, send it in. We love hearing that, like Vino Bars right here, projects, killing it. Just bring it in. We'll be glad to listen.
Glad to listen. There you have it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in to our 3rd episode. We have a very interesting episode today. And here are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. Did the industry know that Lil Nas X was a homosexual before he actually came out? That's one topic. Then we're going to be talking about who's your favorite female MC of all time, as well as your thoughts on Willie D of the Ghetto Boys running for public office. And we're looking to see which Dallas artist had the most influence over the Metroplex. And then we're going to top it off with our featured artist again. That was Vino Bars. And we'll get into him and a couple local businesses. But starting with my man E.
What up?
I got to ask, man, did the industry know that my man Lil Nas X was gay?
Yes. Let me ask you this: Did from the I don't know, the cowboy outfits, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you wearing neon yellow cowboy outfits, it could be misconstrued about your lifestyle. Maybe you live alternative. Do you think people knew?
Do I think people knew he was gay?
I want not just people, but before he made it big, before his song really popped off, do you think the perception was out there?
I think to like a heterosexual male, any heterosexual is not gonna wear a highlighter green cowboy suit with
Respect.
shingles and stuff. Like I think that. But what about you, Bunny Bitch? What,
Man, I was completely hit off guard by it.
you was out guard with it?
Yeah.
Why, bro?
Well, I mean, I didn't follow it like that. I was looking at the guy like he's eased the racial tensions down the line because all the little kids, you know,
The young,
they
he's a
cater to
young
some.
kid.
You're right.
Yeah, and so I really was paying a lot of attention to, you know, how he was moving. I just looked at what his song was doing and how it was impacting the country,
Right.
how it was bringing people together, and you know, it's almost like when Ray Charles was doing his show and they was crossing the lines and dancing with each other.
Right.
So I was saluting him for that, man, and then it just hit me off guard. But I do believe that the industry person, you know, whoever's behind him, I think it's Columbia.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
I do believe they knew though, man, because it was kind of like
Strategic.
they gave us a black president and then he
Right.
ushered in that movement. So,
They
you know,
waited until he had the longest running stream.
They
song
slick with it, man. They slick with
until
it.
when he made all his money, and then in the Pride Week, let's go ahead and make this official. You know what I'm saying? I will say, people didn't.
So now it has you with conflicting, like, damn, do I still support him or do I just leave it alone?
Well, you gotta support them. I mean, because obviously there's nothing wrong if you choose your sexuality, you choose your sexuality.
Be who you are.
You are who you are, but own it. So there's nothing wrong with it. I do think we have to support them at the end of the day. But I
don't gotta
also
do a
agree
damn thing. No.
that it is some type of. I feel like it's kind of strategic, just a little.
That's
bit.
what I'm saying.
Like
I do
was
too,
saying.
man. Like, I feel like it was definitely strategic, man. And you know, like I said, I don't have nothing against, you know, people that are attracted to the same sex. Just I got 6 kids, man. You know, I don't want them to be exposed and pushed on them. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Influence. You gotta think about how many little boys want to be Nas X right now.
Let's be honest. Or did y'all know that he even had like before he made it famous, he was running a Nicki Minaj fan page. Yeah, he was a bar.
That should have been the first indication, ladies and gentlemen. He was a
He
bar.
was a bar. Yeah.
Oh man.
Once again, it's nothing wrong with a person's lifestyle, but be who you are. Like Jaden Smith, the dude kills his bars, but he is who he is. You know, just live your life.
I think Frank
Understand.
Ocean is one of the most talented artists out. He's one of my favorite guys, and obviously, you know, he goes that way. But I think music supersedes sexuality.
He didn't wait that long though.
He didn't actually.
He
right.
really
He
like
came
once
on
he
out,
did
right.
it, he was like, oh, this is what it is.
Right.
You know, it just feels like you was betrayed or something. Like I was sick about it for a couple of days.
Wow. What do you think the country audience is saying? Like, we let that nigga in here and look at this, he's gay.
No, I think they want us to usher that movement in.
Right.
They want it to be on the backs of us.
Right.
You know, evidence for the since Obama. You know, you go back to the presidents before him, they wasn't hearing that. You know, they was. I think it was all in the deal. You gonna usher this movement in.
Right.
And I think he agreed to that.
It looks like you're getting ready to say something. What's your thoughts?
No,
on it?
we all general consensus once again. Be who you are, live your lifestyle, be happy. But don't misconstrue who you are. Next,
Right.
no, I'm free.
Right. let's let him make it on that, man.
Yeah.
I think we're unanimous in that decision. Be who you are, live your best life. But at the same time, I just gotta say this, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Can we hype up a little bit?
We can hype it up just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, sorry, I
All
clapped.
right, man. We need sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm gonna say this anyway, man. I feel like if you're gonna be gay, man, I don't have a don't ask, don't tell policy. But nobody cares, man. Like Michael Jackson was probably gay. I said it. Prince is probably gay. I said it. And a lot of you people that's watching right now,
There's no problem about Prince, bro.
there's no probably.
No.
Come on, bro. That Prince, no, he ain't no probably. He
No,
probably.
anytime you get on stage with your ass
With
cheeks
your ass out,
and
yeah.
heels
Yeah.
and wearing a bob, you're
Right.
gay.
But don't get misconstrued. Prince will pull some bitches. All right,
Yeah,
Prince will pull some
man,
bitches.
Wait a minute,
All
bitches.
gay men.
What you want to get us a
Oh, wait.
feminist going against us? Ted?
He can pull some women.
He
Women.
can pull some
But
women.
no, all gay men hang around women, man.
Respect.
They're
Right.
attracted to gay men.
What is that about, though?
I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Right. I don't get that.
I just know that they're attracted to gay men. They love being around them.
Right. Have you guys seen what's going on with this? Because I'm gonna slide into trannies just a little bit, but they got trannies that are competing with women in track and field and
That's
exercising,
garbage.
and they are literally breaking every record that's
garbage.
ever existed.
No shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say on that because I have seen different news articles of teenagers and high schoolers, the young female athletes, they're complaining because they're getting burnt. You know what I mean? Getting
Right.
toasted in their respective sports.
Right.
Which at that point, I mean, be who you are. Once again, live your life. But if this person has a competitive advantage, come on now, keep it fair. If it's a dude, once again, be who you are. But if it's a young man in a female sport, they a little bit of a
I
disadvantage.
mean, come on, man. Let's not go overboard with it, man. Let's just keep it in.
Let's just keep it in.
Keep
You
it
want to
in.
go in next? Dude,
Next.
it's an equal society, but sometimes
That's what I'm talking about. As far as that, like that's ridiculous, man.
Sometimes it's not that equal, but rap is one of those competitive sports that opens the floodgates. With that being said, I'm going to ask both of you guys, male or female, who's your favorite male MC? Just off the top of your head.
Gotta be Scarface.
Scarface for you? What about you, E?
What era are we talking?
Whatever era. Your favorite artist, male artist.
Just bar for bar. He didn't really put out a project, but I was a big fan of Jay Electronica when he first came out. When he did Exhibit A, B, C. Those are some of the best parts. And then it was also on Fight Night Round 4. It was a classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right, see how easy that was for you guys to right off the top of your head? I'm going to say Jay-Z is probably my favorite, and then Kanye. They're like a close. But you see how easy that was?
It was no storyteller. I mean, it's nobody's telling a story better than Scarface. You can listen to Scarface and close your eyes and visualize it.
I get it.
Same with Slick Rick. Did you say Kanye West, who has pen pals and people writing for him?
I said my favorite. He's one of my favorite artists.
Take that hat off. Get out.
Oh man,
one of my
he
favorite
ejected you out the family, bro.
Man, if you think about music in general, all of them have ghostwriters, man. Obviously, that
You
was
think
exposed
Jay-Z got
to it.
ghostwriters?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe for a
Positive
hook or
that.
something, not for his verses.
Look,
his
Jay,
verses,
we
too.
need sponsorship. I
All
don't
right,
know what this
so I'm
young
gonna say
man
this,
is
ladies
talking
and gentlemen. I'm a student of hip hop.
Right.
Do you guys know that Biggie Smalls, who's hailed as one of the greatest lyricists in hip hop, mates with his ghostwriter?
Yeah.
Everybody has ghostwriters, man. That's like saying, hey, man, you know, that's ridiculous. But you guys see how easy it was for you guys just to, off the top of your head say, this is my favorite male artist. Who's your favorite female artist of all time?
I want to hear you defend Lauryn Hill.
I would love to get to my point with Lauryn Hill first.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
go
on the
Missy Misdemeanor.
I can respect that. Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott?
Missy
And
Mr.
who you-
Elliott. I would go with MC Light.
Okay.
That was the original.
I'm saying Georgie Porgy or Porgy, whatever the song is, classic.
Yeah. And I rock with Missy, man. She's an entertainer and a rapper. And then she was the greatest producer of all time.
Of all time. Right. I'm definitely going to go with the spoiler alert here, my man. I'm going with Lauryn Hill, ladies and gentlemen.
Why?
I'm going with Lauryn Hill for this reason. If you ever do your hip hop history, you'll find that she was a part of the largest selling group of all time, the Fugees, that sold 18 million records. And if you ever listen to her lyrics word for word, or go back and listen to the X Factor album that Lauryn Hill put out, she laid the groundwork for what you see as conscious rap today, as far as lyricism and then being able to sing with that angelic voice. I think Lauryn Hill would be a top 5
Finish him.
male or female when you're looking at lyricism, overall delivery, creativity,
Fatality.
and just being
My man said both male and female. Look, we got Rakim, we got Eric B, we got Pete.
He came back from the dead.
I'm saying, he said both male and female.
Both male and
Look here, she
female.
ain't even in the same category as Andre 3000. It's not even in the same category. If that makes sense to you, the same type of music and artist that she is not even on that same tier. And everybody knows that Andre is at least
How do you
minimum.
knock Lauryn Hill, bro?
right. What are you doing over there?
Bruh,
You
come
sitting
on.
on the island, man.
That nigga's hard as an icebox.
Right.
Let me ask you. So
You brought up Andre 3000. Andre 3000 is one of my favorite rappers.
And you
He's
think
part
she
of a
has a kid?
mega group, but he's yet to put out a solo album. How do we compare those two?
she only did it for 2 years and then
Finish
said,
him again.
Right. How do you compare somebody who
I can't-
does
Second fatality.
here's the reality of it. She literally, let's put their bodies of work together.
That's what we're doing.
And I'll give you 4 years of Andre's versus 3 years of hers, and it's not even close. And the reality is he's been in it for close to 25 years.
He had
And
help.
it still has not put out a solo
He
album.
doesn't have to. Just because a person doesn't put out a solo project, because people said that about Ray Schmerman and Migos. How good are they if they ain't putting out individual projects? That doesn't rank an artist just because.
Oh, that brings up an
But
old,
that's an old debate. But
argument.
I don't want to make this about Andre.
I won that too, people.
He did. I said that Ray Schreiber
Oh,
was
my
better
goodness.
than the Migos. Obviously, I just like their music better. The numbers say something else. But I don't want to make this about Andre 3000 versus Lauryn Hill. This is just my opinion on who I like and who I think should be.
One more time, you
in
said
the,
she's top 5.
I definitely
I
have
wanna
her
hear
top
something.
5.
Get the shit out of here.
Male or female artists out in the game. Period. I have our top 5, and that's another debate. I think there is a certain level of chauvinistic, male-driven dominance when it pertains to hip hop that we overlook our women instead of just really
real hard for them to break in,
It's
man.
hard for them to break through because
we got some talented ones on the docket that y'all gonna hear about real soon. Man.
right, definitely from Dallas, man.
Honorable mentions. I gotta give Queen Latifah because she had bars for days back in the day.
Queen Latifah, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Unity. No, but I'm saying that Unity was a hard song, boy.
Yes, a couple. The Brat, you gotta throw the Brat out
Even
there.
Left Eye, bro. Left
Left
Eye
Eye,
was really.
right.
But if it weren't for her untimely demise or passing, she would have been up there.
But ladies and gentlemen, Mike Choice was the best entertainer and rapper at the same time.
Who?
Missy.
Missy is cold-blooded. Don't get me wrong. I was a Missy fan. Super
Me
Duper
too.
Fly, I bought that album in
I
'97.
can't stand
The rain.
That
Come
shit
on,
was
man.
hard, man.
But all right, so I'm gonna let's just piggyback this a little bit, man. So, female artists in Dallas, who would you say would be your number one?
Real quick, Lori, get out of here. Next, go ahead.
It's a chick called Toya T. Have you heard her do that? She redid the Applies. I got drip for sale.
Right. Yeah.
She probably.
Toya T.
Oh my goodness, bro! She destroyed that. Did you hear that, bro?
Hmm.
I shared it on
Check it out.
page.
Okay.
I said Applies need to do a remix with her, bro.
Man.
Cause
Okay.
she annihilated Applies. Shout out Toya T on that one.
Right. What about you? E?
I don't be checking for female.
Oh, yeah.
I don't check for y'all like
creep.
that.
Right.
Look,
You gotta look at the whole hip hop genre as a
Right.
whole, bro. We can't just look at the men, bro.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Honeybee. She's from Arkansas, but she let me hear a couple songs, man, and I think that she's
Yeah, she
really
got
got some hot stuff.
but you literally just asked me from DFW, and then you gonna want to go to Arkansas.
in the DFW.
She's here, though.
She's making it on
I don't
DFW.
know.
It's another chick, man. That what was that? Golly, the one that Kay was telling us about.
I can't really.
She got bars too.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
She just had an album release party last Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Indigo Automatic, man. She is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
definitely.
think she like that close to born.
Right, she definitely. Man, I don't know. Is Megan Stallion from here?
I don't know.
Here's the reality: she is from the Dallas area.
But she doesn't associate herself with Dallas.
She don't claim Dallas.
I think she's more like associated with Atlanta music scene.
Come on, Megan Stallion. You beautiful, man. Put on for your city.
As the content manager, just send it in. You know what? Like they said, I gotta do better. If you're a female hip hop artist, you have the DFW or surrounding areas. I'd be glad to hear it. Just send it to us,
There you
okay?
go, brother.
There you go, man.
saying?
This is the
Network.
21st century. Welcome, man.
This dude said I was a male
Welcome
show.
back.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I work
definitely.
hard.
I'm bad.
Definitely was getting ready to get rid of all of our sponsorship.
Cancel.
Yeah, they gonna say mute content king. Who and who? All right, man. So moving on, staying in Texas, we got one of our Texas legends. I know my man here. You was like definitely excited about it when we found out, but I'm gonna preface this by saying Houston got something special, man, because Bun B was a professor at the University of Rice. I don't remember what he was teaching down there, but he was a professor there. And now we're looking at Willie D of the Ghetto Boys, who's running for public office. I gotta ask Mitch, man, how do you feel about that? What do you think?
Man, salute you, man. He's one of my rap game revolutionaries, man. That project is coming in about 2 weeks. We're gonna shock y'all with this one. But man, that guy, if you listen to his podcast and stuff, man, he spit nothing but knowledge. And I really feel like he's gonna be great for the city of Houston because I believe he's really gonna do what it takes to, you know, be a voice for the community, man. What better voice than Willie D, man?
Right.
Like, you know.
No pun intended. Right.
Yeah,
I got you.
like no pun intended. Like seriously, man. What better voice for the Houston community, man? Y'all lucky to have somebody like that. And then to piggyback on what you said, Paul Wall got a 4-year degree,
See, you never know.
and like they on top of their business, man. I was looking
Right.
at Slim Thug today on Instagram. His car collection is ridiculous, man. Those boys on it. But we coming.
We coming. What about you, my man? E, how do you feel about my man Willie D of the Ghetto Boys running for public office?
Much respect. Just listening to his music, the story of who he was when he was younger, to see where he's at now.
Right.
I mean, like you said, salute, big ups. Also, real quick, gotta give a rest in peace. Bushwick Bill was a fan also of the Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? But from going back towards the topic, you know, just seeing a person of our ilk, of our struggle, to where he's at right now. You know what I mean? That inspires me to be better with who I am. You know.
What does that say about hip hop overall? When you see guys like Diddy and Jay, and you see guys go from being moguls to being a part of the public office and doing things with putting themselves in position to affect the
I
community
think it's
differently.
just, you know, I think we were kings and queens in the beginning, so just kind of putting us back in our rightful positions.
Right.
You know, power and rule.
Right. So has hip hop gotten to the age of grandfathers of hip hop yet?
Yeah.
They have. Name a grandfather that you can think of in hip hop.
KRS-One.
You're definitely right. Yeah, he's got to be like 50 something right
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's spending nothing but knowledge.
now. Nothing but knowledge, right?
Yeah, I gotta add him to. Thank you. I gotta add him to the
Hip hop revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, as far as underrated MCs, Willie D back in the day, he had some bars, man.
Yeah.
And he was the tough guy for no reason sometimes.
Nah, he was
But
really tough though.
I'm saying, for
Yeah,
real,
nah,
for
in
real.
real life he was tough.
Yeah.
You gotta be kind of tough around the great Jay Prince, man.
I'm saying,
Shout out to
Shout
the
out
great
Jay
Jay
Prince.
Prince, man. We don't no smoke with you, sir. And that is a fact. All right, man. So we are going to. I'm gonna say this though. I was supposed to like move on from Willie D. I'm so proud of you, Willie D. I know you're gonna do a great job. Win, lose, or draw. I'm rooting for you.
He gonna win.
I hope so.
It's a no doubt.
Yeah.
Houston gonna rock with him.
Yeah, I hope so, man. And
Let's go H-Town.
Let's go
Stand up for Willie
H-Town.
D, man.
yes, sir.
let's not go too far. We still Cowboys fans out here, so no.
Oh, most definitely.
Most of that won't change. We rooting for you. Moving on to staying in Dallas. Thank you for bringing up the Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl or bust, ladies and gentlemen. I bleed blue. I think this is our year. Zeke, get it together and get off that bullshit.
Before you get cut. Next.
But staying in Dallas, which, I'm going to ask you, my man E, which Dallas artist has had the most influence over the Metroplex sound?
Because of how they rap now, or just the wave. I don't know if you remember a cat. What was his name? He was part of a group, Oak Cliff, Holland Hills. That's my hood.
You're talking about Hot Boy Star and Nino.
Yeah, but we also, who do we used to run with back in the day?
Lil Sock.
Lil Sock. Now, if you listen to, say, for instance, CJ Casino's flow pattern, if you listen to like that song back in the day, I'm not saying, but I just listening to them, I can draw comparisons as far as how they rhyme in their flow patterns.
You saying Lil Sock would
From
be
that
your
era,
answer?
that group back in the day, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. What about you, my man?
It's no brainer for me, man. My boy No Shame. Nobody in the city has worked with more artists than that boy No Shame. From the ones that's out now, a lot of them saw No Shame before they was famous. I saw No Shame for projects. I could hear people, I could be producing a song and I could be like, man, I gotta get No Shame on this.
Right.
Like it just, No Shame, it's giving me the chills, man. He got an impact and I can hear No Shame in a lot of people's music, especially the ones that rap and sing.
Right.
You know, and they had a history with No Shame. I can hear his stuff all in their music, man.
Right.
So No Shame is his interview is coming soon. Be on the lookout for that.
Facts.
We gotta show our boy that love, man, and that respect, cause he been on the ground for a long, long time.
Right.
That interview gonna be wide and fire.
Yes, sir.
Why? And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback on you. Now, I'm just gonna elaborate on what you said about No Shame. I actually got a chance to see it up close in person and see him go on the road and see him from starting out and not having a studio to record to going here, to going there, and making it sound better. And I can definitely say that I can hear the sound of No Shame and the influence of No Shame on a lot of these cats that are rapping today. I can guarantee you that. You might not know it because you might not know him directly, but every root has fruit. You know what I mean? There's a tree, but the root is there first, and there's no fruit without the root. No Shame is one of those that is rooted and grounded in Dallas music. But I'm going to have to go to my era in particular.
Twisted Black.
No, I'm not. I'd love to get to that. I'm going to go to my era in particular. The era that I'm going to say is my graduating class would be the Boogie era. And right as the Boogie era was getting ready to start, there was one rapper in particular. His name was Lil Joe. And if you go back into Dallas music around about 05, 06, 07, you'll start to see Lil Joe was right there in the mix. And once he came out with, I'm gonna do this, and you watch me do that, that's where you get all that jig from. That's where you get the Mr. Hit That Hose from, and all of the influence that those guys did with all of that movement. I'm gonna go with Lil Joe. He created a whole sound that everybody wrote for like 5 or 6 years.
So would you say that the boogie movement was the father that birthed the Cali movement?
Absolutely, I would. Yes, sir. I mean, they even.
I had a lot of heated debates with people from California, my family from out there. But what is it called? The hype? What they call it?
They were doing hyphy in the Bay Area, but when Cali Swag District came down here and took that Teach Me How to Dougie,
bro, it was not even 6 months before.
It wasn't even.
Come on, man.
Yeah. It just was. Yeah.
Sorry, y'all got off track. I just had to ask that question.
Right. We know that they was Swagger Jacket,
but Swagger
Jacket, man. Everybody does, man. We kind of just had that influence. Now I do have to ask, man.
Right.
So, well, I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna throw this other name out there. I'm sorry, guys. Now he might not have influence over the way Dallas music sounds today, but if I have to say who's the most influential artist to ever come from Dallas when it pertains to hip hop, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna shout out and give you a soldier salute to the DOC, who went all the way out there to the West Coast and changed how they rapped and changed their whole style and was ghostwriting for Snoop and Dre and all of those guys. Mm-hmm. If you go back and look at the Funky Doc, you'll see that I'm telling you the truth.
One more guy we can't forget is Don Chief, man.
Don Chief, yes sir.
We can't forget about Don Chief, man.
Mr. Pookie, Mr. Lucci.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they was pioneers in the game. They had some legendary songs that like being from Tyler, man. Don Chief and Pookie and Lucci reached us, and it was like they had our summer's hot. That's all we wanted to hear.
Right.
It was that and Want to Be a Baller.
Man, come on, man.
So like they was right there with Houston. Like they was playing tug of war with East Texas, man. It was Dallas, Houston. So they really put on for Dallas too.
Right. I will say, first I was gonna give David a reach for the DOC, but I'm gonna let him make that.
I feel like you want to debate, E. Is that what you looking for?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
It seems like that's what is E looking for a debate?
No, I'm not gonna look for a debate.
I feel like you looking for that. I won't give you that. I won't give you. Yeah, go ahead. Here he comes.
The only other item I would say, no, you good on the DOC. I respect that opinion. I was just gonna say, as far as sound, for about maybe a 2.5 year stretch, we're gonna give this producer a shout out. He's probably, I don't know where he's at now, but D. Ree. For a good 2 year stretch, 2.5 year stretch, D. Ree was pretty popping. Whether it was what was that song? Mr. Hit That. Yeah. There was a few hits that he had.
With the most influential sound, we just shouting people out at this point.
No, I'm saying
most influential sound over Dallas.
Well, if at that point, if everybody's coming to you for beats or production, you're influencing the market.
Well, I don't think nobody has had more influence than Sean on the beat.
Yeah, Sean. I would go with Sean on the beat.
He's more recent.
Yeah.
He been bro. When was that y'all shot that video?
Oh man,
that was like
2012, 2013. Yeah,
he been holding it down there for 10 years.
Yeah. So I'll ride with Sean on the beat on that, man. But go ahead with what you were saying, my man. E.
Oh no, that was it. You know.
He want that smoke, man.
He want, yeah, no.
I said you want.
I don't want the smoke.
I think he want the smoke.
I'm saying,
I don't want the smoke. He's been rejected and coming at me all day, ladies and gentlemen. We on camera. Do y'all want to see this? No,
because these hands got flames. I'm telling you,
man. All right, so we're getting ready to go into a featured artist. By the way, when we started off the show, you were listening to his song. His name is Vino Bars. 28 years old, from Pleasant Grove. Shout out Pleasant Grove. This is my hood, by the way. And you can catch him on Facebook, Vino Mars. He has Instagram as well. You'll be able to catch all of his music, man. And go ahead and check out this song real quick and tell us what y'all think.
They fake, they don't wanna show love, so they hate. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Yeah. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. I hear these niggas still sleep. I pop in your neighborhood. Connected, got shooters in every hood. I look in your face like what's really good. Don't wish all the time, but I wish you would. Been working so hard that I barely sleep. And I'm pouring my heart out on every beat. Only been in the game for a half a year, but I'm shaking shit up like a set of keys. I'm only a rookie, but seem like the GOAT. Giving my little niggas hope. Hey, to take notes. You couldn't walk in my shoes and see through the lens of my scope. Nope, they said I was average, said I wouldn't make it. Right now I'm knowing they hate it. They tryna backpedal, regretting their words. No way that you hoes can escape it. Yeah. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Come alive in this place. This just Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. Motherfuckers still sleeping on me. I heard these niggas still sleep. I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping on me. I'm tryna be positive in my environment, still keep the heater on me. My lyrics are colder, I'm about to take over, so I keep the leeches off me. I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping, I heard they was sleeping on me.
Alright, I hope that y'all liked that video. Again, that was my man Vito Bars. And we want to give a special shout out to the people who sponsored this video. All Wheels Automotive Sales, guaranteed financing. And won't you just go ahead and skip the dealership, buy black. And you can get this stuff professionally detailed. I'm talking about looking good for the weekend, for your lady, having smelling all good. You can catch them on, what is this, man? 625
Jealous Way.
Man.
Cedar Hill, Texas, Suite 107. The phone number is going to be 972-291-5929. And tell them, guess who sent you? Go Ham Mag.
Who in the mood? Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, so glad. Who in the mood? Y'all are still here with us, and you could be anywhere in the world, but we do appreciate you.
Salute.
But this is the time of the show, our favorite time. This is where we tell you punk bitch motherfuckers to get up off that bullshit. Who in the mood? Next, starting with my man Money Mitch. Who you telling to get up off that bullshit today?
The young lady from San Antonio, Texas, that took the ice cream, licked it, and put it back in the freezer.
Come on, man.
Now it's 2 and 3 parts of this, man. You know, it was a guy with the Listerine bottle. He gargled it and spit it back in there.
Is he black?
Yes. It's a challenge.
Niggas.
And so my thing is, stop being such a follower. But let me tell you the kicker though. These were adults that were playing theirs out. The other guy that stuck his hand in the ice cream and he tasted it and put it back in there, and his cameraman did the same. These people had receipts where they bought that. Shout out my sister Renissa. She put me up on it and helped me understand it better. It was a challenge. So the young kid thinking they really did that shit, she goes and does it for real. Luckily you're a juvenile. Otherwise, your life will be in trouble. Like, you'll be in trouble.
Or she's facing 2 to 20 years.
She's a juvenile, so whatever she does, she won't be there long.
Fact.
And she's gonna get probation if she don't have a record.
Who raised you?
Young lady, get up off that bullshit.
Get off the
Yeah.
bullshit.
God,
Who raised
please,
you?
stop following people, man.
Man,
It's a day of following ass people, man. I never wanted to follow no damn body unless they was a strong leader.
yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Yeah. Get up that bullshit, man. That's nasty.
Yes, please.
Oh man, E, who you got getting off the bullshit?
You know what? I've been listening to the news. I've heard about OJ. He's finally on Twitter, all these different social media applications. He actually ran across a troll, or the troll ran across him, and he didn't handle it too well. He handled it in traditional OJ fashion. I think he sent the guy like 30 knife emojis. All I'm gonna say, OJ, you really just got back home. We still think you did it, and you on the board.
Dang, I would have did the same damn thing though. Like, you got a man up in a condo I bought. I'm killing both of y'all too.
Man, ladies and gentlemen.
Left turn.
I'm just saying,
Somebody give me a cigarette.
There's no
Give me a
doubt.
cigarette. There was one bitch that did it. Give me a cigarette. I need a cigarette.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's no doubt, man. Put yourself in that man. You bought a
Officer
condo.
Wayne.
Hey, you put a woman in a condo, man. She got another guy in there that ain't did nothing.
And beating it.
Hey, he ain't took no hits to the knee.
You
No
gonna keep
concussions. He did shit. He ain't ran no touchdown.
Yeah, he's still here, officer. He got an orange shirt.
Okay, I'm
blue
sorry.
shorts.
I'm let you know. There's no doubt you did it. You did it, OJ. You got away
You
with
did
it.
do it though. And then look, if you've been incarcerated, you should just know where you are in your life. Granted your age, just
Golly,
let
man.
certain things be bygones. Just move about it. Get off the bullshit, OJ.
So that's crazy. So did OJ just tell the world he did it with all of those emojis?
Bro, he wrote a book and said, if I did it.
Facts. He even had what was it? A tell-all with the young lady sitting there.
If I did it. He ain't playing, man. You better stop telling that people, boy. Get up off that bullshit, OJ.
That's the greatest get out that bullshit of all time.
Because they gonna go back in time and hang your ass from an oak tree.
Come
and keep
on,
playing,
man.
boy.
Right.
They ain't forgot that lady, man. Or Ron, what's his name, Ron?
Ron Goldman.
They ain't forgot Ron. Ron.
My man said, if I did do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get up off that bullshit.
Yeah, get off the bullshit, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that it's that time for me to tell you who I'm saying to get off the bullshit. Get off the bullshit, American government. In spite of 4th of July passing us by, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to want you guys to hear this loud and clear. Reparations should not be something that black people have to ask the American government for, considering the fact that we built this country. Let me just put it this way. If you had a company, and this company had 100% profit without having to pay any workers, without having to pay any insurance, without having to be responsible or liable for the people who work for them, it's a 100 return investment that is granted by the powers that be, by the currency that be. That would be a wonderful thing for some people. Unfortunately, the other people on the other side, it was a horrible thing.
Yeah.
It had long effects on these people's minds and their seeds and all of those things above. So what I am saying to America, get off the bullshit.
Please.
Pay what you owe.
You just made me mad.
Who in the move?
Damn. I'm not even happy no more.
Sorry.
For the record, we talked about this. It was in the group message and everything like that. I was like, they reparations. Shit ain't gonna happen. Y'all don't care.
Give it to us. Half of us gonna give it back anyway. We're
We're
gonna give
gonna
it
put it
right
back
back
into-
the same second you give it to us. You might as well just say, here, shut up. I'm not giving mine back. I'm gonna build that shit into a multi-trillion-dollar industry. I'm telling you now.
Recycle it, put it back in there.
Right. You have to be able to be honest with yourselves, America. You make black people here feel like the unwanted stepkids. But something that is good about music is it crosses over every barrier. Hip hop goes overseas, it comes back, and it has many different faces and many different fans. But the ones that look like me, you owe us more than a bullet in the ass for being unarmed and black on a bad day.
Bullet in the ass shit. Nigga be choked,
Choked.
randomly in a prison, just end up dead or found inside of a gym somewhere.
Bro, a regular traffic stop is terrifying.
I'm
For
saying,
real.
bro.
No, seriously. It
Like,
is,
it's
man.
terrifying, bro. You like, I just don't know how to act sometimes, bro. I be wondering, do I need to, boy?
Yeah. Right.
You seen the video where the guy with his hands on the steering wheel?
And he started hollering guns.
Yeah, the
Right.
police officer was
Like,
like,
that shit gave me the chills, bro. Like, I was scared for the dude, and the video was already over.
Right.
I'm watching that shit like
Did they kill
in
that nigga or
suspense.
what?
Like,
Yeah.
I can't watch no more of that shit, man.
Did y'all see the video of the white guy who's like running up on a police officer with a
Oh,
knife?
they did everything
And
they
he
could
like,
do
no,
not to
sir,
kill him.
please don't do
Yeah.
that. Like, what? They killed that
They
nigga.
did everything in their power not to kill him, bro.
Let it would have been E getting out of his car,
don't
bro.
let it be E. E gonna be alright.
You could have tied your shoes. Let it would have been you, man. Like, black guys with beards, they kind of are intimidating to black guys. Not alone white guys who are police officers who don't live in that
You
neighborhood.
do get a different respect.
Yeah.
Beer gang, beer gang, beer gang.
Beer gang. A lot of them beer niggas be gay. None of these niggas.
Hey.
What the
The
fuck
beard.
is going on?
Hey,
Man,
I'm
what?
telling you, bro. Like, a lot of them motherfuckers be them
Oh,
losers.
using the group though, huh? So you find that shit
I
out.
found out the hard way. I was like, man.
What
He's
the-
like,
I
right.
walked in there like, I'm put a couple pictures of me in the beard and everything. Then I started getting like inboxes like, my nigga, who is this? Who is they looking at this nigga in my inbox? Get the fuck out of here.
man.
But yeah, man, that's another episode for another day. Ladies
Yeah,
and
man.
gentlemen, this has been a wonderful third episode. So glad that you're still here. Again, I'm with friends and family. Money, Mitch, is there anything that you'd like to say before we get up out of here, man?
As usual, I'm gonna thank y'all for y'all time, man. I'm gonna encourage you to go follow us at Go Ham Mag on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, IG, Twitter. Help us build this. As you see, we not spreading no nonsense. We don't talk about drama. It's all about encouraging and reaching other people. Also, I want to reach out. I'm gonna extend the olive branch to any platform that you can be doing the same thing we do. You know, we can link up. We can cross promote. Ain't no Willie Lynch here. You know, it's all straight strengthening because we understand we can't do it by ourselves. We need a million platforms like this to change our image. So there's no hatred here. We extend the olive branch to all artists, all platforms. If you want one of us on your show, just hit us up. We'll make it happen. If you want to be a part of our show, you want to discuss something with us, we would welcome you here. And that's all I got to say. Salute.
Salute, my man.
Until next time, salute.
Nothing final, man. No final words.
Hey, hey, hey. Smoke. No.
What
words for episode 3. You know, like he said, you want to be a part of the show, want to be a part of the movie, do not hesitate to reach out. Go ahead, Mag, IG, Facebook, Twitter as well as networking. We publicize. Just reach out to us. We can get you moving, just like we move.
Yes, Lord.
Right.
Yes,
you guys
Lord.
heard
That's
it,
right.
man.
That's right.
Everything that they just said. Plus, Dallas, I'm talking to you now. We've been saying this for a while, man. Let's kind of chill out. I want all of the kids that's out for summer break to be able to go back to school when school starts back, and that's going to require the ones who are old enough to do the right thing and give somebody else a chance, man. Y'all look out for each other, like how we look out for each other.
That's what it's all about, man.
Right.
Facts.
Till next time, man. Hip Hop Alliance is out.